It's good to be on with you guys, man. Y'all usually come on around the time I go to the gym. And so I listen to you guys all the time, man. I said, man, I sure want to get on and chop it up with these dudes, man. So, and we've been trying to get together for a while, but
like at least a month, right?
Man, yeah, it's great to be on with y'all, man, because I like to be on with people that just want to talk Cowboys football, and just like we would, in the backyard or the barbershop, somewhere like that, just chop it up, man. So it's great being on with you guys, man, because I heard y'all, I like y'all style, man. Just want to come on and talk a little Cowboys football with y'all, man.
But we definitely appreciate you, Bird.
Absolutely, hey man, absolutely honored to have Bird on with us, man. I've heard him for years being on with Steele's show, and then I watched him when he got on his own deal, man. And just thank you, man, for coming and chopping it up with us. But man, we just glad you're here, man, and we're gonna go through some different things. Bird, I've always liked your philosophy where, even when we looked at the players and saw different things happen, you never ever put 100% on the players because they didn't get picked. It's always been the organization. And as you see, as I'm donning my gear, you got your backwards Dallas on. I got my straight on fire Jerry type thing because the mindset is that none of it's going to change. I've always said this, and I don't want anybody's demise, but I don't think anything changes until Jerry, Steven, and Jerry Jr. are on the plane in the Bermuda Triangle, and Charlotte got to run the show because she don't care about football. She cares about winning, and they want to have the perception they care about football, but their decision making often shows you they're not real football people. So we definitely want to have you on and have you kick it with us, man, and going from there, man. But hey, man, great news today, B. Great news.
Excellent.
Hey, man.
If you can't tell by the thumbnail to the video, Matt Eberflus, the much maligned defensive coordinator of the Cowboys, he got his walking papers today. They finally broke into the office. He had it barricaded in various manners. They got in. Security was able to pull him out.
Gotcha. And get him up out of there.
And kindly escort him out of the building.
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
They gave him a little slip too. They told him, "Hey, now you got 10 to 12 days, man." And then he was relaxing in there, and then bam, knocked on the door with it.
Got him like a SWAT team. Like a SWAT team, they got him up out of there.
Hey, that's probably how they had to get him out. Because had they told him he's getting fired, he'd probably been barricaded and say, "Nah, man, we're going to evaluate everything." They're like, "All right, good, and we get everybody in place. Yeah, let's get him up out of here."
And you absolutely right. So I think that this was something that the writing was already on the wall. The blood was already spilled. I told Chris this on our show yesterday. I don't recall seeing Jerry Jones just straight up talk negatively about somebody for multiple weeks straight, like he did Eberflus. Even with Nolan when he was here, Mike Nolan when he was here, he sprinkled a little bit of sugar in there to kind of throw you off of the trail. There was none of that this time. It was all bad and all I expected better. And we haven't been performing for probably like the last 4 weeks of the season. And so I think personally that it was already a foregone conclusion. Jerry just didn't want to pay him to be on the couch somewhere.
Yeah, Jerry had a problem with that with McCarthy because he made the statement that McCarthy's lame duck year, that I don't want to pay a coach to sit on the couch. Now, for one thing, you're paying a coach the least in the league. He's the 32nd highest paid coach in the league with McCarthy. And you're saying you don't want to pay that $4.5 billion for a team that's worth $12 billion. That's crazy to me. But one thing can I make my statement on
Please.
So this has been my thing all year, right? So Eberflus has not done a good job, but he was set up in a bad way. And I think too, Jerry jumped on the bandwagon like this is all Flus's, fault, and he's a scapegoat. To be totally honest with you,
absolutely.
Now let's say this: should he be fired? Yes, I want to be on the record to say that. But I think you do yourself a disservice by saying, "Okay, we've got immensely better if we just get rid of Eberflus and keep the same guys." To me, the defensive side of the ball versus the offensive side of the ball, the effort that we give to the coaching staff on the offense side of the ball, the draft picks, the free agents, the trade. We do everything that we're supposed to do on the offense side of the ball. The defense side of the ball, if you go look at the first week of what we rolled out there the first week, we had a whole bunch of try-hard guys. You can have a couple of try-hard guys in some spots, but you can't have them being the preponderance of your roster. So the thing is, with Eberflus, yes, but I think you do yourself a disservice if you don't go and say, we can get a new defensive coordinator, but we also can get better players. And I'll tell you this, and this is the biggest thing, that Eberflus never came in here thinking he wasn't going to have Micah Parsons, the best pass rusher in the league.
Sure.
Okay, so I would say this. This is what I tell my son. My son's a diehard Cowboy fan. And just a shout out. We're going to do a show tomorrow. We're going to drop it Thursday, me and him. But I told him, I said, man, just imagine if you're the coach of the Golden State Warriors, right? And then the general manager tell you, hey, man, we're going to trade Steph Curry. And you saying, what? Yeah, we're going to trade Steph Curry. Okay, well, that's what you want to do it. And then in mid-season, they come to you and say, hey, man, you need to work on that three-point percentage.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Wait, you should have known that when you traded the best dude in the league.
Right.
Shooting the three. So you got to understand that. So what I'm trying to say is, Micah Parsons, to me, man, and I know it was a divide in Cowboys Nation, but that quick pressure that he got on quarterbacks made them make decisions faster, made our defensive backs look better. What it did is when he's gone, and we had a lot of guys that's left over that were good second and third or fourth, tier rushers, but we didn't have a dog rusher that they can feed off of, and it really hurt our. And then we got some guys on the inside. I love the acquisitions on the inside, but man, that pass rush or lack thereof really affected our secondary. But I think it exposed our secondary. But now that the secondary has been exposed, now we need to address that too. But I just had to get that out, man, because Eberflus is going to be in this scapegoat. But the thing is, it was Eberflus in the front office on this thing together, man.
Hey, man, you couldn't have said it any better, B. My thing was, I look at this, I'm a big movie buff and TV show guy. And you turn around, this was really like, I'm a Game of Thrones guy. And he pretty much got set up like the Red Wedding, man. Had everybody thinking that the guys was coming, and to take your best guy and get rid of him right like a week before the season or 7 days before the season was crazy. And he didn't spout off. He didn't turn around when keeping it real goes wrong, you get fired week one. But he had every right to do it because you took his best pass rusher away, and that's one thing we never said that. A bunch of try-hard guys, because everybody else you got out there was a bunch of try-hard guys. Yeah. And without lack of pass rush, you're going to get everything exposed. So you're spot on. So it always goes back to the guy that wants to put the people in the stands, but then turn around and pick the players. And so those players that he picked, for him to come around mid-season and say, okay, we gave you Quentin Williams, and we got Kenny Clark. This should be better. When no, I still got inside pressure, but I have no outside pressure from anyone. Yeah. And it exposed everyone. It exposed.
Let me ask you a scenario. Suppose we had a real GM, and Chris, I guess you're with me on this, because 90% of what's going on with the Cowboys in the last 30 years has been Jerry and Steven. But if you had a real GM and they say, hey, look, let's go to Micah Parsons like Detroit went to Aiden Hutchinson. They just quietly went to him and said, hey, we're going to make you, we're going to offer you this and this, that, and other. Dignified, right? And they did that, right? And then you say, hey, man, we're going to go and get Quentin Williams. So we already got Osa, we got Quentin Williams, and then we got, what's the name on 42 on our side? I'm sorry.
Clowney. You turn around and get Clowney late. Right.
That front four, and I know we don't have Clark, but that front four is, now you get to run, you got your run stopping in the middle, and you got your pass rushing on the outside, right? That's the move a GM would have made. They would have kept heat on the Jets and say, hey, we need to get Quentin Williams, what you want from him. And we still got Micah Parsons on the outside. That's what a real GM does. But our GM, see, let me tell you, you should never make decisions like that from an emotional position. He's made that was an emotional decision to trade Micah. That didn't have anything to do with football. He's going to show him. Right. And other GMs don't have the latitude to do that. The luxury. They don't have the luxury to do that. They have to stand side by side with star players. They're star players. Yeah. But Jerry doesn't have that pressure on him because, hey, so what? I mean, I'm not getting fired. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all on other shows say that, but that's the essence of this whole thing. He cannot get fired. But the thing is, man, is that, that whole thing, well, didn't even go to, me and Sky kind of went back and forth on this. Even when he traded for Trey Lance, that was emotional, man. Because why? You was mad about the Dak negotiation. You gonna show him?
Yeah, we're gonna show him. Yeah, we're gonna go get a guy. Yeah,
I'll even back that up with some other information. That's why he played that whole preseason because he wanted him to show some stuff, but he actually did the opposite. And so he had to sign back. And so a lot of times, man, you should. Right. Any of y'all play blackjack? Anyone y'all ever play blackjack at the casino?
Nah, I don't go to the casino, man. I hate losing money. If I lose money in the car, I'd be mad, bro.
I used to go to the casino, right? And I used to play blackjack, but I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I kind of started knowing what I was doing. I would work off gut and on field. And so I kind of stopped going, and I talked to this guy at my job, and he said, man, anybody out there that's listening, if y'all play blackjack, y'all understand this. He said, man, it's a card you can take that tells you when to take a hit and when to not take a hit and when to split and when not to split. I was like, oh man, I said, what you got to do, memorize? He said, no, you can take it in there. And I was like, really? So the last time I ever gambled, I took that card in there. And so every time the card told me to take a hit, I took a hit. Every time it didn't, I didn't. And so what ended up happening, I ended up winning. But what it did was, if you really think about the psychological part about it, I used to go gamble and lose, and I'd be mad at myself about, this play, that play, and I get emotional. What the card did was it made me make a decision, and no matter what the outcome was, it didn't matter because I made the right decision, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so GM should never be emotional. Like, remember I'm sorry for taking this over, man, but look.
No, you good. You good.
Do your thing, man.
They talked about the injuries, about all the players that got injured that they signed early. That should never be a thing. You should say that, I should sign this guy. I can't control what happens after that. If they get injured, they get injured. I mean, I can't control that. I hope they don't get injured. But injuries can't be a part of unless you see a history of injuries beforehand, right?
Yeah.
But Trayvon was never injured before that. And then, what I'm saying, some of these other guys were never injured prior to you signing them. And so when you sign them, you just say, hey, this is the best course of action. No emotions in it. I'm just going to sign these guys. We're going to keep it moving. But I think a lot of times Jerry gets his emotions involved in it. Like, name another GM that would trade Michael Parsons in this situation.
Zero.
It's zero.
No other GM in the league would do that.
No other GM would do that. And then the sad part about it is, Brandon, to be honest with you, man, and I'm going on, I know we got other things to talk about, but I saw the Cowboys nation divided. And now I've been going on a thing, but I kind of stick this in every time. I say, hey, man, you got to watch these casual fans because there's no way you should have been divided by the Michael Parsons contract fiasco. Like, that was all on Jerry, probably 5% on Michael for actually having a conversation with him. But everything else is on Jerry. Jerry knew the proper protocol. He did not follow it. And it started up a lot of stuff. But if he follows proper protocol and talk to the man's agent like any other GM would do, then you would never have that issue. So, I was a little bit disappointed in Cowboys Nation, man, because everybody was trying to get on Micah, but it was never Micah's issue. It was never Micah's problem. If Micah was on Detroit Lions, he would have been signed. If he was on Baltimore Ravens, he'd have been signed. The Texans, he'd have been signed. The fact that you have an owner GM, and here's another thing, man, I've always told people, I hope y'all can get this. A GM can make unemotional decisions about signing people because it's not their money.
It's not their money. There you go.
That's
absolutely. It's not their money. So he's and it's ironic because he always says, don't let your money get mad. But Jerry Jones always spends money with emotion.
Yeah.
So he contradicts himself with that. Sure. One thing you mentioned was you talked about you have to watch casual fans. I think that a lot of people are just like contrarian by nature because you got people who will do things like, despite Flus's shortcomings, and just to bring it back full circle to Flus, they decided to blame the players, even though every single player on that defense regressed that was here last year. And the ones who were on other teams last year. Nobody on that defense this year looked better than they did last year regardless of their previous location.
Only one that looked better was Quentin Williams, but he got here late, so it wasn't a chance for him to start looking bad.
Sure. Quentin didn't look better than he did last year.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that some people are just like contrarian by nature, to where they have to go against what the popular opinion is.
I think too.
That's cool.
Go on. I think too, man, is that we as Cowboy fans we have to put ourselves in the mindset that we have to blame things that we know can change to give us hope, right?
Absolutely. You have to.
Players and coaches can change, so we can say, hey, we get another player, we get another coach, it can change, and then we can be on this Super Bowl deal. We can't blame Jerry because that's not going to change. So the thing is this, man, some people might wonder, like, you're always on the front office, and if you don't think it's going to change, well, for one thing, we can get lucky, right? We can get an overabundance of talent that to overmatch what the front office did, the dysfunction of front office. We can get a guy in here that's like the boss says on the Trojan horse that comes in all smiley, but then he becomes a head coach, and then he like, nah, man, we're gonna do it my way. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what y'all do in there. And so it's some ways that we can still win, but we put our front office got hurdles over in our lane. So it's like you run a 100-yard dash, a 100-meter dash, and then I got hurdles in my lane and you don't, right? You know what I'm saying?
You got jumps. You have to jump through so many different things to get this thing across the finish line. But going back, even with Micah Parsons, if I was going to make that move, and I knew I was going to trade him for whatever reason, I trade him in March. I trade him in March so I can get the biggest value for him. Yes. When you trade him right before the beginning of the season, and me and B had talked about that ad nauseum, is that you end up hindering what you could have gotten. So it puts you to the point where, all you can really get is 2 firsts. No, if you trade him in March, then you can turn around and set the tone of what you're going to do through the whole offseason, because you got that off the table. And what we've said before is that you should be already setting up what you're going to do in free agency. You fired your DC, which everybody wanted you to do, and like you both said, everybody's regressed. So now this game we about to play about who we helping to pack, that conversation should have been had on Monday. It's Tuesday. That conversation need to be had. Get it out the way so I can start setting the table of which levers I got to flip to get 110 million, who I'm going to pay, and go from there. The other goofy stuff that they got out in there about moving, Tyron Smith, the tackle, and all that goofy stuff, we can deal with that probably next week. But these 17 dudes got to get up out the building. Or we'll keep them we can.
One thing I would tell y'all, man, is what I've been noticing with the Cowboys is that the free agency is not what you need to keep an eye on. Keep an eye on the trade market, because we are bigger traders than we are free agent signers. And I think what it is the Cowboys don't like getting into bidding wars with players, but what they like to do is have the contract already in place. Right. They know how to fit it into what they're doing. Yeah. So if you look at all the acquisitions, who was it? Gilmore and who would he have? Cook trades. We had Pickens trade.
Lance trade. Mingo.
We've acquired more people in trade and I don't mind that. We got to get, and this is my thought process. Me and my son was talking again, y'all. We're gonna be our B.Bird Cowboys. My son will be on there Thursday. But I said we need the proven player at safety. Maybe draft a starting safety. Proven player at cornerback, draft a cornerback. We could do it, but I think our secondary needs a whole new makeover. We might be going to some things that Brandon wanted to discuss, but I think talent-wise, man, that on our defense, it's just, if you look at it, I'm talking about your grade A talent, your blue chip guys. Look at our draft pedigree in our secondary, man. It's pretty low. I mean, we getting guys that got cut off teams, and we starting them in 2 weeks. And, that's just not going to do it, man. We got to actually invest in the defense. The Joneses know that offense sells tickets, so they really are in tune with the offensive side of the ball. But as we know, man, defense actually wins championships, man. And the two things, I thought they did one good thing this year. They had a power running game. I love that because I'm big on, I don't know if y'all caught this before, but I did some research on dome teams playing outside in playoffs. It's not good at all, y'all. Right. So you got to almost transition your team. But anyway, defense, going back to defense is what carries you in those cold games, man. Not offense.
Absolutely.
So So they did a good job. We got to get this defense straight, man. And I think and back to what I'm saying, and then Brandon, you can go from there. Eberflus firing is a step in the right direction, but let's not mask that thing and say that all our players are good. We need to evaluate all these guys in the secondary, our linebackers. The only thing that goes beyond reproach is the defensive tackle position. But beyond that, man, everything else can be addressed.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, we up to about B-Bird. We up to seven starters. We up to seven starters.
That's what you need. That's what you need this offseason.
We think about really, 7 starters.
What really messes this up, right, is that it was hard to properly evaluate a lot of your defensive players that weren't starters because Flus dug his own hole in a few ways. Like a common thing that people will say is that he didn't have the talent to succeed, right? But he also undermined himself by going out and just playing his favorites. Look at Kenneth Murray. Kenneth Murray was just his guy. So he refused to look elsewhere in that linebacker room. So it was really hard to properly evaluate guys. Like we brought in Logan Wilson. Overshown is still there. Shamar James is there. So the linebacker room, even though I've been saying 2 years now, it ain't been no good. Really like 3, but who's counting? I'm B-Bird. I'm not sure if you know this. I'm a very vain person. I'm incredibly vain. All right. So I've been right about this linebacker room for like 3 years, but who's counting that?
Hey, B-Bird, hey man, let me go and give you the rundown, Brandon, man. I know you watch us and listen to us. If you know anything about him, he hold grudges. Yeah. He don't rate rookies. He gonna make sure his waves is crispy, and he definitely has been talking terrible about this linebacker room. I had rainbows and pixie dust and everything. Not this year. No, not this year. Last year. Last year he was saying it's terrible. He mad. This is what he's mad about, B. He turned around and was like, hey, with Overstone and Jack Sanborn, this linebacker room may be pretty good. And they got it. And they got him. They pulled the rug up on him, B, and he's never gonna trust him again. But that's the deal. That's it. Hey, so B, go and grab them garbage bags, man, and let's run it down, man. Who we helping? Who crew card is not working anymore?
B-Bird, whenever we have a guest on, we try to have like a little thought exercise, a game, if you will. All right. So today, with the Cowboy season being over with, we got a game called, and we're gonna call this one Pack Your Bags, right?
Pack your bags.
The Cowboys have, I believe, 17 unrestricted free agents in this offseason. I'm gonna go down the list of names, and I want you to tell me if you're gonna pack their bags, not help them, you're gonna do it for them. Their card not even gonna work. Mm-hmm. Or if you're gonna leave their locker packed, all right?
I got you.
Okay. The first one, and I feel like this should be pretty easy. Kenneth Murray. B-Bird, what are you doing with Kenneth Murray?
We gotta pack the bags, man. Mm-hmm. He out of here.
Man.
One thing you gotta look at with him is anytime that your original team doesn't re-sign you, they've seen you a lot. That tells you what you got, man. And so why would they re-sign you? You know what I'm saying? And so it's time for him to go. We gotta get legitimate linebackers in there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You gotta keep in mind, Kenneth Murray was only in the league, I think it was 4 years. Yeah. This was his 5th year.
Yeah.
So they didn't even get him to his second contract, Chris.
Sure didn't. And that's a failure, man, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
Chris, is there a need in asking?
Hey, man, his stuff is, I'm just telling you right now, I had packed his stuff up on Saturday. Mm-hmm. He went to New York with the stuff he had on, and then when they put it all back in there, I just went and took the stuff that belonged to me. Mm-hmm. He can keep the sweatsuit. He didn't even have to come Monday. I already had his stuff outside waiting for him.
Hey, so Chris, you saying that if he'd have put that same request in that Diggs did, you'd let him stay in New York?
Hey, Diggs messed it up for everybody because he went to the concert and did all his thing, but he definitely didn't have to get back on the plane at all. Yeah. Once I collected all my uniform pieces and helmet, hey man, you can go and wear that sweatsuit. You can stay here, man. Yeah, you good. Yeah, you say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I get your flight back, coach, but you ain't got to come back no more. Your stuff gonna be waiting for you.
Coach, You ain't even gonna put him first
Coach.
class, Chris.
Coach, hey, I'm gonna give him a chance to get the emergency seat, so you have a little more leg room. But after that, I'm done.
See, that's secret. You can't spill that secret.
Hey, that's not
emergency.
Hey, come on, dog. Come on, I'm 6'4", bro. I gotta have it. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. I got the next name for y'all on the list. Donovan Wilson, safety. So, Bird, what you gonna do? You gonna get him up out of there?
I don't want no safeties that's on this team. I want playmaking safeties, man. We got to get some athletes back there. We got to get somebody that can cover. How many times have we been beat deep and the safety's not there? We blame the cornerbacks, but that's his job too, right?
Right.
And so, at some point in time, man, we got to get some people back there that can actually make plays on the ball, that got a nice 40 time, that could go sideline to sideline and give us some coverage.
Yep.
We can do better than that. We've been settling for these guys at safety for the longest because they're Cowboys and we've done well with them. But it's time to move on with these guys, man.
Yep. Donald, pack them up. Donald packed up. He out of here.
I hinted at this yesterday, Chris. I'm not gonna throw Donovan Wilson stuff out there. I'm gonna give him the chance to go in, get his bags, that I've already packed for him. I'm gonna shake. Oh,
okay, yeah. I'm not letting him. I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him come in the building. But I'm watching him because I don't want him trying to grab nothing extra. He ain't getting no extra paper clips, nothing like that. But I got you. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah, but
reason for that. As long as he's leaving at the end, I don't care how y'all do it.
Yeah.
You got to remember the time prior to Donovan Wilson, Chris. He might be your GOAT, but Donovan Wilson got us from up under the clutches of Jeff Heath.
First off, he is everyone's GOAT. Don't ever get in here talking any defamatory type of statements against Jeff Heath. 25 snaps, Jeff Heath is the GOAT, the greatest to do it, to lead the team in interceptions for 2 years. Don't hate on Jeff. 38, 2 years. Matter of fact, you know what? That's why I was gonna go get me a new jersey. I'm about to go get me a Jeff Heath jersey. Listen, Jeff is in that quandrum of guys. He's with Jeff Heath, Danny Cole, and it was the other Johnson. What was the Johnson kid? The safety Johnson who couldn't get healthy. I'm gonna figure his name out later. Those are my my super light skinned all stars for the Cowboys that never quite made it because they had injuries and stuff like that. But those are my guys, man.
Matt Johnson,
my guy, Matty. Yeah, Matt Johnson could never get healthy, but you just knew he was athletic, and the GOAT did his thing.
Have the Cowboys had a safety as good as Jeff Heath since he's left?
Yeah, I mean, I think Malik Hooker had spurts of being that good. And I always go back to Byron Jones. Byron Jones was a better corner than he was safety. But I would say Malik has been the best one close to it. But I mean, they like Bird has said, they haven't went and spent any money and went and got an absolute elite guy. They haven't went and got Hall of Fame status, kind of like Darren Woodson or Washington, James Washington. They ain't had no cast like that. They ain't had no cast like that in years. Nah.
Okay. All right. Next name on the list, guys. Dante Fowler.
Gotta let him go. And the reason I'm gonna pack Dante up because Dante showed me that he is a situational pass rusher and a situational pass rusher that isn't great at setting the edge. But we end up finding another guy who could be a situational pass rusher and can set the edge. And he's on this list as well. So Dante, he came out with the fact, I was hurt. I had these different injuries and things of that nature come on. Hey man, that's great. I appreciate it. But you part of a defense that gave up 500 points. I'll see you later. I'm gonna find somebody else who's a little bit more hungry and be able to and supplement that in as an undrafted free agent guy or free agent guy. No, so I'm good. I'm good on Dante.
Only ones I kind of like is I would go back and get Clowney if his price is right. Easy. He shows some promise. And Houston, because Houston's going to be inexpensive, and for what he does, for the price he's doing it, then you keep a guy like that around. But everybody else on the defensive end, man, Williams and all those guys, I know you're going to get to them. Yeah, those guys, it's time for those guys.
Yeah.
So I feel like Dante Fowler benefited the most, Chris, like you said, when he's a complimentary guy. Once Parsons was gone, and this was before Clowney was brought in, they put so many expectations on Fowler as if he was going to continue to be like an 8.5 sack guy when there isn't a dog on the opposite side taking it.
Right.
So Fowler was set up poorly, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I'm going to cover a guy next who I do want to bring back, but if you can't bring back Clowney, then that's the only way that I would bring back Dante Fowler. That's the only way. Otherwise, I'm going to tell him thank you for your service. Tell him he can go get some more money elsewhere.
Gotcha. Or get some money. Yeah. He won't be unemployed, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think he'll be unemployed. I mean, don't get me wrong. He'll be 32 when the next league year starts.
That's not old for a situational pass rusher. Not for a guy who's going to come in. No, it's not bad. I just don't want to hear.
Absolutely. Next, like I kind of alluded to before, Jadeveon Clowney. B.Bird, what are you doing with Clowney?
Well, what I'm trying to do with Clowney, everybody's saying he's a must sign. No, he's a guy that I would like to sign. Depends on what his price is. I mean, his pricing went up this year. He's shown that he, I've always understood that he was a player, and I understood why we didn't go after him. You can't look at some of these guys. You can't look at you look at the age and all that and be like, we can't sign him because of his age. No, what is his production? Is he still producing? Does he keep his body right? Does he do all these things? Because, man, what is the defensive tackle that plays now? He started with the Cardinals. Now he's back at the Cardinals. What's his name?
Calais Campbell. I knew exactly who you was going to. Calais Campbell.
Calais Campbell for about 5 or 6 years now.
5 years. Easy.
Everybody kept talking about he's too old. All he does after you say he's too old, he goes sign with somebody and be productive. The same thing with Clowney. Now, the only thing that it is if Clowney wants to come back, it has to be something that, works for both parties, us and him. I know he's going to get a pay raise, but it has to be something that works for us also too, man, because, we can't be getting the double-digit, millions with that guy, and we need stuff somewhere else, man. We need help all over the place. So, yeah, I mean, I would love to have him back because hey, man, I'm going to tell you something. My dream, we're going to get into this, but Crosby on one end, Clowney on the other end, without defensive tackles, man, now anybody can play safety and anybody can play corner. But I'm just saying that's just my thought process. But going on. But I would like to have Clowney back.
Chris?
Listen, I want Clowney back, but I want him at my price, vet minimum, because I know what he showed me this year is that he doesn't need training camp. He don't want to do training camp. He want to come in 1 or 2 weeks before the season starts, come in and work himself into shape and be a situational guy. And for that, I got to give you the league minimum. But I need to be bringing in dominant starters so that when he's working off the rust, he can still be productive. But yeah, I would bring him back on the league minimum. That's it.
Now, one thing, Chris, now he did say he wants to go through training camp and everything this year. So he said he can do the whole thing, man. And you're not going to, I'm telling you, at 8.5 sacks, you're not going to get him on league minimum. It's a wrap for that.
Right. Yeah. So if I'm gonna, my thing is, I don't know how much more I'm gonna spend, but I know here's my thing. I know I'm gonna get a whole offseason with Izaraku, right? I'm gonna have Quentin Williams on the inside. I might have Osa as my guy, but I'm also gonna be able to hopefully bring back Kenny Clark. If I turn around at that 11 pick, you turn around at 11 pick and give me the best, defensive end in the draft this year that resides down in Miami, and you put Ruben Bain out there, then I can turn around and do Ruben Bain. Then I can bring him back as he'll be probably one of the best situational guys, and he'll be able to kind of get Ruben or whomever I end up getting in the draft piece out there and get him kind of worked in and work from there. So I want him situationally. But I don't want to have to kill myself to pay him to do it. Does that make sense?
That's how I feel too. Go ahead, Bird.
So let me ask you a question, because this is what I'm stuck with, man. Oh.
Yeah.
So my vision for the next 2 years, 3 years is this. And y'all may have heard me say this before, but I'll tell y'all right now. Our window is Dak Prescott.
Sure.
Like when Dak's gone, you need to rebuild this thing and do whatever.
Yep.
But in that time, I'm a little bit weary of drafting a defensive end and hoping he has a double-digit sack or a high pressure rate impact on our team, because there's always this rookie. They got to go through the
they got to go through being a rookie. Yeah, they got to go through being a rookie. Yeah,
you can't put all that expectation and judgment on rookies, man. You can't do that.
See, that's why he don't judge rookies.
Yeah,
that's why he's like, you don't put no pressure on them because you don't know what they might end up doing. But go ahead,
exactly.
B.
But the thing is, I think really where this team is now, we're kind of a mature team. Mm-hmm. That's why when y'all gonna hear me say this a lot in the offseason, Max Crosby or Hendrickson. The reason being is, man, we got to get somebody in here that has day one, game one impact from the defensive end that everybody has to respect and game plan for. We got to almost replace Micah. And to ask a rookie to come in and do that, man, it's hard to do because you don't know what you get in a rookie. I mean, we saw what Mozzie did, right? And you can get a guy in the first round, you don't know what you're going to get. I think you use – now, I don't want to use 2 firsts, man. That bothers me because he's a 28, 29-year-old guy. But Max Crosby can run. He's the best defensive end, total, probably all-around defensive end in the league. Stopping the run and getting after the quarterback. And just playmaking. He has a motor that's infectious. I love the guy. But I'm afraid to draft the defensive end.
From Texas.
He's from Texas. I'm afraid to draft the defensive end and have to wait a couple of years. Well, now how old is Dak Prescott at this point in time? And that's why I'm kind of out on that.
And we're gonna be able to get into it a little bit more. I'm kind of out on the fact of going and getting Max because I'm so top heavy in my contracts. I got big contracts on Rain. I got big contracts on CD. I'm about to have to franchise tag or put a big contract on Pickens. I'm gonna have a kind of big number on Quentin. Whereas next year I'm gonna have to restructure. I'm gonna have to do some things with Kenny Clark. So going getting Max, I'm gonna be to the point within the next year. I'm going to have to write a big check for him anyway. But I understand what you're saying about having the pressure with having that on a rookie. So I truly do understand that. But I'm not in the business of using no 2 firsts for that. I'm really to the business. And my boy Big Game James was on. Yeah, using both. Nah, no sir. Because I don't have. Yeah, and that's my guy. And I love it, man. But that's not my philosophy either. So yeah, we won't be able to get to that.
Well, I'm gonna send Vegas that 12th overall pick and a firm handshake. Anything more than that?
Yeah. Let's go. Anything more than that? We can't talk, baby. We can't.
I mean, you benefit from Trey Hendrickson being a free agent, so you can do your due diligence on him, without any draft capital being involved.
That's the injury history that I would worry about with him. But I did want to say something to you, Chris.
Yeah.
The Cowboy fans, especially us content creators, we are damn near cap experts because we have to be. Can I tell you cap expert? Yeah. The Philadelphia Eagle fans don't give a damn about the cap. Why? Because they just sign people, man. So the cap is not a hard number. And so what it is you just have to manipulate it, man.
Yeah. Of course.
I did some research, and it wasn't, I think it's 2023. AJ had signed this contract, Hurts had signed this contract, and Devontae had signed this contract. And they were actually, Devontae was making $25 million a year, AJ was making $32 million a year, and Hurts was making $55 million a year.
Yep.
You know what the cap hit was?
It was like 22 million or something like that. It was a very minuscule number.
It was $33 million. So you could don't ever worry about the cap. Now the Jones is going to have us worry about the cap.
Yeah, of course, because it's their money.
Yep.
We shouldn't worry about the cap much, man, because these things can be done. They try to sell us that it can't be done, and with Dak taking up so much. The way two things they did with Dak, they waited too long to sign him.
Yep. That's their fault.
And they try to get it over with so fast, right? And so they be like, no, it's going to be a 4-year. But what Philadelphia does is give upfront money, and then they stretch that contract to a whole bunch of void years, put a lot of those big monies back in the void years. Why? Because we got about a 4-year window where we're trying to win, and we want to get all the good players in here, and we don't want these contracts to be part of that. here's another trivial question: how many quarterbacks since a franchise tag have been franchise tagged?
Oh, it's only been one, and he had it twice, and his name is Rand Dakota Preston. Huh?
It happened 3 times.
Okay.
One of them was Cousins.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad. You know what? We've been real disrespectful. Mr. Cousins is VIP. Mr. Cousins
at the bank,
the big bank. You know, he gets the handshake. The president comes all the way downstairs to see him. How are you doing? How you doing, Kirk? Mr. Cousins. Yeah. So you got Kirk, you got Rain twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so the reason why GMs don't use that, because GMs have to take care of their jobs. And what the franchise tag count dollar for dollar against the salary cap.
Right.
So you can't defray that. So it makes no sense if I'm trying to field the best team for me to take $30 million and put it
on one guy. Right. You're right.
What they do is do it to hold a spot for negotiating, right? And then they'll come back, after they negotiate, they'll come out with a long-term deal. But nobody plays their players under that's crazy, like to do that.
Right.
Because I'm weakening my team. Only ones that can do it is the Joneses, because they're not worried about job security. But
that's it. That's it.
Absolutely. So next on this list, guys, this isn't the running back Robert Jones. We got Robert Jones, the guard. What are y'all doing with him?
Is he any good?
Yeah,
he got hurt. He broke his neck and his back in practice. So
listen, I've already gone through dealing with guys with broken necks and stuff like that. I dealt with that with lady LVE. I dealt with it with Damone Clark. I think didn't Jabril Cox had some kind of
he had to get his final punch.
Yeah. So I'm done with, guys with, neck and back problems. You know what I'm saying? They done fell in the store and trying to get $50 million with Smokey and Craig. I'm not dealing with them. I'm good. Robert, thanks for your service. I'll see you later. And you know what? I would help Robert because, he got a little.
There we go. See,
neck and back. He hurt. I don't want him hurting nothing else to try to sue me. So I'm gonna get his stuff for him.
But that's a Jerry Jones special, though, right? The Joneses, they love hurt guys.
Love
they go in and lowball them, man. So
okay, you might be okay.
Next, it's gonna be a good one. Javonte Williams.
Wow. That's just a price, right? That's just a price thing, really, because you bring them back from production only. And also, too, man, one stat that they showed this year that was amazing to me, I think it was like midway, they said that he's only been dropped for a loss maybe like one time. So he always pushes forward, man, and that's great. You can see Blue getting caught in the backfield and losing in the second half last week. And that's what these finesse running backs do. But Javonte finished it out forward. I saw one play that's not going to get a lot, and I don't know if y'all remember this. They had him caught in the backfield, man. It's like a 3rd and 2 or something like that. And they had him caught in the backfield. He fought. He got like 3 yards out of it. I was looking, I said, how did he get 3 yards out of that? Because they had him dead to rights. Yeah. That's a big guy. And also, too, if you want to make your team physical, man, that's the kind of physicality you need at the running back position. You remember a couple of weeks ago when you ran that guy over for Washington, right?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of physicality that you need back there, man. So, hey, if you want to be a physical team, you got to have a physical line. But finesse backs don't do that. And he's a physical back, man. So I love what he brings to the team. It just depends on what he's going to ask for, which Cowboys did give him a second chance here. And to be honest with you, I was on his bandwagon at the start of the year because he's years removed from injury. So I figured that this is going to be the year that he's going to show up and show out. And he did, man. So I really would love to have him back. And just at a good price, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Go
I do think that he might have priced himself out of Dallas. He was making $3 million this year. He probably gonna be like in that $8 or more million per year range right now. You gotta remember he's only gonna be 26.
Yeah, he's young, man.
Yeah. So I just think that he's not gonna. It's not gonna be any love lost, because I think that he gave the Cowboys everything that he had in a room where they could never find an adequate player behind him. We struggled all year to find a running back too. And because of that, you saw Williams' production dip a little bit, like 12, 13 games through the season, just because he had so many carries that adds up on your body. So he gave the Cowboys everything that he had. If he does go somewhere and gets extra money, I'm happy for him.
Absolutely. I'm with you all the way on that. I think, I live in the adage where only special backs are better the next year, or it depends on their wear and tear, how they do it. I always go back to Ezekiel Elliott, 2016, he gave us 16,000 yards. 100. After that, every year was just a little bit less, and a little bit less. So I think I've seen the very best of Javonte Williams, and I need to see more from Phil Maffa and Jaden Blue. And I can go find me another running back. I know, Hunter Lipke has, and I got this last night, Hunter Lipke kind of has the Fred Flintstone feet. When Fred Flintstone used to try to start the car and he like running, and he's really not going anywhere, and he kind of stumbles forward. So I need to keep him in there. He's back kind of move with him. But yeah, man, I hope Javonte goes out, get some extra bread, man, and finishes off his career strong. Because I think from what I saw on Sunday, and I can go get another guy, one of those 5th-round picks I have, get another running back and build this thing up a certain kind of way.
Well, we've been saying that for a while. Now, one thing I don't want to do is make a hole when we don't have one. So, we don't need to. And the thing, what I'm saying is this. So, if he comes in, like, say he wants to sign a 3-year, $13 million contract, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, something like that, $14 million for 3 years.
Right.
I'm down for that, man, because I don't want to. I love the physicality that he brought to the team. And then you're saying, okay, we're going to find another one, but where? Like, where are you going to find another guy like that?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to lie, though.
Oh, well, no, B. No, we do. Hey, B, we have a we have a show favorite that we've been trying to get him. And we even got one of our loyal followers, my man Shaheem. He ain't here tonight because, but I could always go get Breece Hall from the Jets. I get Breece Hall. I'm getting Javonte. I'll take Breece Hall and put him in that backfield. Now I'll give Breece Hall a 3-year, $18 million deal and feel good with that and feel ecstatic with that and run that rotation. And I'll be happy like a pig and slop. So Javonte can come back, but he got to come back kind of at my price. And what he's done, he got to strike while the iron's hot. He got to go get the most money. Yeah, he got to get the most money, before he decide to go back to North Carolina and maybe build some homes or something, just something like that.
When I was evaluating him last year, is that it's something that Brandon brought up. The dude was just 25 years old. I was like,
he's so young. Yes,
young, man. So he acted like he was 31, 32. I said, this dude's 25.
Yeah,
right. And I said, he's gonna be all right. So it ended up turning out good for us, man. Just hopefully, like you said, man, at a good price that we can keep him back. But that's it for me.
Yeah.
So guys, next on the list, guy who we didn't get to see this year, Peyton Turner.
I'd bring Peyton Turner back because I need a body. If I was gonna play a game that day, I'm gonna find it. But I gotta find out what's wrong with him. What he got? Why was he out all year? What was it? Was it an injury or what?
He went on IR early.
For what?
I think in camp. I'll look just
because I had another guy like Perion Winfrey who I saw in preseason and I never saw him again either. And so I'm debating what I would do. But with Peyton, I could bring Peyton back. Real league minimum type deal. Let him go show and prove it. He got a whole year of with rehabbing his body and things of that nature to be able to play. So I'm good with that.
It was broken ribs in the preseason, and then he tried to play through it, aggravated the injury even worse. So it was probably like a fracture, and that turned into a break. And that sidelined him the whole season.
Yep. Yeah. So that's what I would do.
Yeah. So those kind of guys, man, it's not going to really affect anything that you do on the roster, bring them back or whatever. Right. They make so less of a money, and then you're going to need guys. You're going to need training camp bodies and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So you bring a guy like that back. He's not going to cost you anything. He got to be league minimum.
Yeah, I bring, especially because he's dealt with injuries his whole young career. He's a young guy, but he came here on the last year of his rookie deal. Dealt with like lower body injuries a lot in New Orleans. Like I think he had turf toe like 3 times. So you just got to kind of get that worked out. But the rib injury, he just took a helmet to the midsection. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like a freak accident. You know what I'm saying? So I'd bring Peyton Turner back on like a vet minimum type deal, see what he can do. Maybe he'd be like a practice squad guy. I don't know, but he hasn't earned that like prove it deal yet. You know what I'm saying? Like that 1 year, like decent amount of money. He hasn't earned it yet. So Peyton can get brought back unless he thinks he can go somewhere and compete.
I mean, he can compete here. You know, he can compete here because I mean, there's always room for improvement here. So you know, why not come to a place that's starving for any kind of talent?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. Next one on the list might be a little difficult. George Pickens.
Well, you know,
go ahead, B.
I had a conversation with my son. My son loves George Pickens, man. I mean, he's a player right now. And I can see why he loves him. For one thing, my son's 21, so, you know, he's with the ski mask crew. But
he got a shiesty. He got a B, don't start, because B probably got his right. You know, he hadn't worn it in a while, but you know, he'll YN, you know, he'll YN, but you know, he's a reform. He has to be reformed because he got a wife and family and all that. But yeah, you know, I see how you get down. Yeah, okay, right. Okay.
Yeah. So I already know what Brandon thinks.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, continue, guys. Continue. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, man, this is a tough one for me because let me tell you something about George Pickens. I loved him out of college. I wanted to draft him. Pittsburgh got Georgia before we did because I thought we needed somebody with that kind of fight and that kind of spunk and that kind of aggressiveness to our team in general. I thought we was all choir boys, and we need some of those guys. There's always a good mix of things like that on your team. You can't just have one guy. You can't have all Pickens, but you can't have all choir guys either, right? Right. And so I wanted him. And so we had the opportunity. Really, that's why I didn't mind Mingo, because I thought Mingo was a Tubi brand of Pickens. But
hey, but
the thing,
go ahead, B.
I was ecstatic when we got him. Mm-hmm. The only thing I asked the day of it, I was on Law's show, and I asked Law this question. I said, why did we not sign him to an extension upon trading for him? And I said, what you do is you bring him in and say, hey, man, we love you. We think you're going to do great with Dak. You know, this, that, and other, but we like to trade for you, but we don't want to, trade for you without some uncertainty after this year.
Right.
Hey, we want to pay you $28 million a year right now for the next 3 years, and we've signed a contract. If we can agree to that, we can make this trade. And then if you don't, then don't. But if you do, then do. Because I knew he was going to be in this offense. I said, this guy here is going to come in and be just as good as CD. This guy has been doing this thing with bad quarterbacks, man.
Bad quarterback. High school. That's the best quarterback that he has had since high school. Yeah,
and so I knew what he's going to be. And that's what a GM has to do. He has to see the future. Remember, ours can't. That's why we get behind on contracts. He has to see the future and say, I know what this guy can be. Let's sign him now and save some money.
Save some money.
Whereas he just showed out and he may be all pro this year. So now what you're going to have to pay him is similar to what you're paying CD or above. Okay, so now here's the deal. With all the talent that we need on defense, can you afford to sign him to a contract of that magnitude and still be able to put a defense out there that's going to be, now you can do it because remember Philadelphia do that manipulation of the cap. Yeah. You can do it, but do the Joneses want to do that? You know what I'm saying? So is he, let me tell you, talent-wise, bring him back, but I just don't know. I'm at that thing whereas I don't know if, put it this way, like, people say we got 3 good defensive tackles. Do we have the luxury of having 3 good defensive tackles when we can maybe able to trade one off and get an asset for that can help us somewhere else?
Right.
So do we have the luxury of having 2 outstanding wide receivers where we may be able to take that wide receiver, maybe get a draft pick or get a all-pro player for him and then help your defense out? I don't know, man. I don't know the answer to that. I can tell you that I want him back. I don't know. Y'all could. I'm listening to what y'all say. That's just my thought process, man. I don't know what to do with that.
Chris, go right ahead.
So because the salary cap can be manipulated, and because we haven't been forward thinking with him, this is a major quandary for the Dallas Cowboys. T.I. word for the day, because I can turn around, and because my defense is so bad, if he turns around and becomes all pro, if I trade George Pickens, I can go get a couple of draft picks. I can plug Ryan Flournoy in there and kind of play this game with Tolbert for another year and be able to, and go draft a wide receiver. And all of that's on the table. With my heart, I want to keep him, but because I wasn't smart with my pieces around me, because me honestly, I'm gonna go to Mingo. Mingo was told by us on this platform with our boy Bluff Cowboy that Mingo was terrible. Mingo said he was, a Laquan. He was worse than Laquan Treadwell, and we know how bad of an experience that was. Yeah. But he was worse than him. So when he said that he was bad, he felt like that was a terrible draft pick. And you can go back in the archives, you can see where he said that. So my problem is right now, I should have traded Jalen Tolbert at the trade deadline. I should have gotten an asset for Jalen Tolbert. I don't care if I would have got a 4th or 5th for Jalen. That would have been perfect. 3rd round pick, if I can get a 4th for him, so I could go into this draft with an asset to go pick up somebody. But now I'm stuck with Tolbert, and I got to make a decision. Do I want to pay George Pickens this kind of money? Because my defense is that bad. My defense is that horrible, that atrocious, that it's just bad. Dude, our defense is like, going back to Game of Thrones. Remember when Jon Snow was out there with the sword and the army was bearing down on them? That's how the defense is, man. This shit is daunting, man. It can't stop anybody. And I got to bring in everybody I can to come save me. So I want to keep him. But if somebody gives me a good enough offer, I can let George Pickens go.
So first off, I'm tagging him regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm tagging him to give myself some time. But Chris, you ever heard somebody, and this could be a younger people thing. I'm not young, but I'm the youngest person here. Let's say it that way. You ever heard somebody say play with somebody safe? Chris, play. Yeah. So what that means, Chris, is you could make the choice to do this with somebody else, but don't do it with me. So you talked about trying to play some roster games and hope that Ryan Flournoy could do some things and hope that Jalen Tolbert could do some things for 1 year.
So don't play with my safe.
You play those roster games with somebody safe, because George Pickens is dangerous. Don't play those games with somebody dangerous. You piss George Pickens off, you gonna find out why Pittsburgh might have thought that he was the
mouth. That's true.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And you've already shown people you can go that when it go left, it goes left with him. So I totally understand it. Okay. I'm
gonna do that not just because George is a dog, but I don't want to piss him off at all, man. I want George Pickens to come back in and be that wide receiver 1B that we had this year.
So I tag him, but I actually get somebody to go talk to his agent. Yes. So that we can get this thing done. But I'm tagging him so he don't hit the mark
to save some time. So he can't go nowhere and talk to nobody.
Okay.
You tag him like everybody else tags their players just for negotiation. Because let me tell you something. George Pickens don't strike me as a guy that's going to play under the tag.
No. Oh no.
Talk about playing under the tag.
Hey B, I got my new one. Hey man, play. Don't play with me safe. Play with me like I'm safe.
No, play with somebody safe. That's what
play with somebody safe. Yeah. Don't play with me.
There we go.
So I got a question for y'all, man. Let me get this is a scenario. I'm trying to see what y'all think about this.
Go ahead.
The Raiders come to you and say, "Yeah, we'll give you Max Crosby for George Pickens."
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I do it.
I'll do it. 1 for 1, I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll be hurt.
I'll be hurt, but I'll do it. I'll be hurt, but I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, without hesitation, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I do it. Yeah, I will do it. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be hurt though. I'm gonna cry. Hey, I'm gonna cry. Yeah. Like, hey, you remember the time? Hey, here you go. Remember the time when Gina was going to the convention, and Martin like, I'm gonna look at the sky. I'm gonna look in the sky when he leave. I'm gonna look at the sky when he leave. It's gonna hurt. That was gonna hurt.
Sure. Yeah, but I would still do it because there's a need, man. There's a need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next on this list, guys, B.Bird, I'm not sure if I ever told you this. I hold grudges. I hold grudges. What are y'all gonna do with Sam Williams?
Oh, he's gone.
Sam gone. That ain't even up for debate. I can't have a guy. Yeah, I can't have a guy who made boneheaded decision after boneheaded decision. Hell no, dude. His stuff is definitely outside.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter. We got a 20-17 lead, and it's 4th and 3. The other team is driving, and somebody jumps offside.
It's Sam Williams. It's Sam Williams.
Yeah, Sam Williams on IR. It's him. But for real, man, the dude is a penalty magnet. So a couple of years ago, I did some research on him. He wasn't even starting, and he was 5th in the league in penalties. That's when he had him playing special teams and stuff too.
Right.
And the thing about it is, all the other 4 people were linemen. He was the only person that wasn't a lineman that was in the offensive lineman that was in there. This guy makes bonehead decision after bonehead decision.
Not a smart football player.
And if you counteract that with sacks, if he had 10 sacks, I was like, okay, well, he's a sack guy too.
But he ain't even doing that. Right.
No, you ain't doing that. No, he's had his time, man. It's time for him to go. It was year right here to perform. He didn't do it.
Absolutely.
Yep. This was his year to get off and do his thing and make a case for himself. And
they gave him the snaps to do it. They gave him the snaps to do it.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you how crazy it was. The penalty that Izaraku got, he was involved in it. He was involved in it.
Yep.
He was the guy that was with the face mask, and Izzy just took the guy's helmet off. So he is the epitome of can't get right, bro.
Yep.
I'm glad. Can't get right. He gotta go. He gotta go.
Those guys on that team, man.
Yep.
I'm glad we all one band, one sound with that one.
Flight of the Bumblebee. Go ahead.
So, guys, what's your thoughts on Jack Sanborn?
Hey, man, listen, dude. The guy who his advocate is out the building. He can go right ahead and follow him along. I know we had the hope that he was going to be like the Vaughn kid, at Philadelphia. You know, you go ahead and find your good old. Hey, man, listen.
Hey, man.
B doesn't hold grudges, but I know people are dying for the day. Like when Cooper DeJean came back, it gave some folks some hope of, Nolan Cromwell and the age of the Caucasian cornerback.
Sehorn.
Jason Sehorn, and them guys. They thought they was on their way back. They not coming back, man. And so you think, okay, you get Zach Vaughn, Philadelphia got him. He was a special team guy. He came in, and we thought the thing for Jack. Nah, Jack, you just Jack. And we got another guy on that.
Scratch lately, anyway. I think, right?
And man, he
got hurt pretty early in the season.
Yeah, he got hurt early. And the thing about it was like he was the guy who could get there, but once he got there, he couldn't do nothing with it, man.
Yeah,
like he would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be in the hole." Oh, Dad, he went that way. He like with that, and I don't need that. I got so much deficiency in my linebacker room. I can't get rid of Logan Wilson. So Logan Wilson is like Jack Sanborn. Just he's gonna be a little bit closer. He's gonna jump on the pile after the guy gets 8 yards. He's gonna at least touch him. Jack ain't gonna even touch him.
He get credit for a tackle on that too.
Yeah. He gonna get the credit for a tackle. Nah. I'm good. I'm good with Jack. Jack, thank you for your service.
I think that Sanborn just wasn't a very physical guy. He understood where he had to be, but his limitations physically just wouldn't allow him to get there. And I don't need that in the linebacker room that's already pissed for. So he can go. I appreciate his service, but he can go. He can collect that insurance check because he never was brought off IR.
Boom.
I'm about your way. Next on the list, guys, and I think we got 6 more, 5 more actually. Miles Sanders.
Oh, no.
Hell no.
No.
Hey, I thought he was cut already. Hell no, Miles can't come back.
No, he got hurt. He got hurt.
Okay, hey, get that. Collect the check.
When he got caught from behind by Zach Bond, man, you ain't supposed to get caught from behind. You lost.
Hey, look at B's face. B.Bird, look at Brandon was done with him. The moment he got cut, he was like, he's gotta go.
Yeah,
gotta go, man.
If you're the juice guy, there's no way you get caught from behind by Zach Bond. We're not doing it.
What makes it worse, I vouched for Miles Sanders.
Yeah, you did.
I thought that Miles would be able to come in and have a little bit of resurgence, especially since that first game was against Philly. And then he messes around and gets caught from behind and then has a fumble and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, that's okay. We go with him.
I'm not a guy that holds grudges or anything, but I couldn't do it after that, man. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I was with him after that play, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna say that there's any like validity to this or anything because my phone ain't gold, but it's like stainless steel or something like that.
Right.
But Miles Sanders was really put on. He could have come back after a couple weeks, but he was put on IR to hopefully make a little bit of room for Blue. And then Blue wasn't progressing the way that they hoped. So it went bad twice.
Yeah. So we can get him out here.
Absolutely. Guy that you just talked about. What are y'all gonna do with Jalen Tolbert? Are you packing his bags or leaving his locker room the way it is?
I'm gonna leave his locker right now because of what I have to do with Pickens. Mm-hmm. Because like a normal GM would tag Pickens and then had him signed before the draft and get that out the way.
Yep.
But my GM isn't normal.
Yep.
He wants the publicity. He wants the theatrics. Because in his mind, he wants to get his lick back for how he looked with Micah, even though it was still his fault. And, so I'm going to have to keep Tobin around because I don't know how this thing is going to play out. And because the casual fans that we watch and talk to, that we see, they're going to turn on George Pickens. Mm-hmm. They're going to,
and that's absolutely. I hate that.
Yes, but they are going to turn on him when it gets to the point that he's not signed. Why is he holding out? He's not that good. He only had 1 year, and all that foolishness. When in all actuality, everybody else is getting their bread. The only time we had a guy like when we saw what T. Higgins and Jamar Chase went through is because both of those guys were trying to get signed at the same time. There's nobody else to get signed. You know what he brings to your offense. You don't have an explosive down the middle type of tight end. You bring him back. You know he's a one, and you still got cheap money playing on Ryan Flournoy. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to keep Jalen Tolbert.
So with Tolbert, I'm not a big fan of Tolbert ever since the offside penalty at Green Bay. I don't know how you.
So you ain't liked him from the beginning. Not even when he was the 2024 team leader in receptions of touchdowns.
No, let me tell you what happened with that, man. Let me tell you what so do you remember man, what's the wide receiver? I don't know why my mind is going. That we traded for
Mingo?
No, I'm sorry.
Amari Cooper?
Number 19. Why was it skipping my mind?
Amari Cooper?
You talking about Amari Cooper?
So when we didn't sign Amari Cooper,
right? And we drafted him.
They drafted him, and they started actually trying to pile him up against him. Like, okay, well he's gone, but we got Gallup and we got
Jalen Tolbert. Yeah.
And so, but we all bought it. Remember, he was going to the camps and all that kind of stuff. Well, if y'all remember, we didn't get anything out of him. But what it was the Joneses trying to justify what they were doing with Amari Cooper.
Absolutely.
And put it all on Jalen Tolbert. Now, I knew from South Alabama, then how's this guy going to come in and be impactful coming from not a Power 5 school? Mm-hmm. And so I thought the expectations of him was too high for everybody, right? Like for that first year. And
Right.
everybody was like, "Oh, he ain't doing nothing." What about? No, this guy's a rookie, man. He's got to learn. He's not coming in from Alabama or Georgia or anything like that.
Yep.
And so, so then you give him that year. Say, okay, well, he's got that year behind him. Now he knows what it is to be a pro. Then the next year they said, well, he knows the playbook better than everybody. Okay, so that sounds good. Let's see what he's gonna do. And so you remember that too. And so just have not seen it. And then Floyd comes in and just really usurps him from that number 3 position.
Yeah.
So I'm on Jalen Tolbert. But one thing that I'm out on him, and I don't even want him back even if Pickett's not here, because you can always find a Jalen Tolbert anywhere, right? Like
you can.
Yeah. What about Treshawn Holden? I mean, we got to give guys a chance.
You know what? You're right.
Jalen Tolbert had his time to show what he's going to do, man, and he has not shown. He should be number 3 wide receiver right now. He's not. He got beat out by that, and good thing on Shotty, because I'm not big on Shotty right now, but he really Floyd, when CD was out, showed his work. He had a 100-yard game, and I wanted to see his snaps improve and go over, and he did that, and he got to number 3, and that's what he was. And then that was cool. I love that part because I like our 3 wide receivers. I like all 3 of our wide receivers. Right?
Yeah.
And so with Jalen Tolbert, nah, man, clean out his locker, let him go. He's had time.
Okay. I like that.
What you think, Brandon?
So I think that I would bring back Jalen Tolbert because I feel like he's kind of in that space of kind of where Noah Brown was, Cedric Wilson was, as far as like being that down roster guy who they just keep around. So that's kind of where I imagine that Jalen Tolbert is going to be for this roster each year, probably for like the next 2 or 3 years. Give him like that little bit of change, to make him feel gainfully employed and things like that. But he's probably not going to be taking anybody's job above those first I'll even say 4 spots.
Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I forgot about Treshawn Holden. So my mindset is I'm gonna bring him back. But he in the dogfight of his life in camp. Because if Treshawn Holden
promise to him per contract, because you got to remember Treshawn Holden's going to be on a rookie contract too. So
and that's what I'm saying.
Then I can just move on from him, save that money. I got other issues I got to deal with.
And here's my issue with Holden though. Here's my issue with Holden. As you can see by just guys on various teams like that, I want guys who are dedicated to the game. Holden has always had character issues in college that held him back. I don't want to have to get away from a guy who could be like that 53rd guy or like a practice squad guy, because that's what I'm imagining for Tolbert. Noah Brown, Cedric Wilson, they were those bubble guys every year, probably after their rookie year. I don't want to have to risk it on. I want a whole team of guys that love football. That's what I want.
Okay. I don't think Treshawn Holden. I don't think his issues with that he didn't love football. I think he was just a little bit rowdy.
He a rowdy dude. He a rowdy dude, and he been broke. He been broke like all year. I think all his stuff had to be incentive based, and what he got from his deal. Like I think he had the least amount of money given to any player in the league this year. So this was all about him doing what he's supposed to do, and I think he's mad. He got a huge chip on his shoulder, and he's immensely talented. So, he'll come to camp. Tolbert will be able to come to camp, but Tolbert will be getting dangled for a trade piece. Oh, your wide receiver got hurt? I got a guy for you. Yeah, man. Touchdown leader in 2024. Show up, hard-working guy. I'm good because I want to get traded because Treshawn Holden can come and play.
And Tolbert helped himself this year. Tolbert had 2 toe-tapping catches on the sideline. Tolbert single-handedly saved 2 games late this year.
Absolutely.
Deep catches that he on the sideline only he could get it. So I do think that he helped himself.
Yeah, and he's definitely on the trade block, but I'll let him come back because I want to trade.
Hey. Next guy, CJ Goodwin. Let me start on.
Hell no.
Let me start on that.
No, ain't no. Okay. I ain't go ahead. Hold on, B. This is a family show. Let me go. It's a family show.
I do not need anybody on my roster Hey, shout out to Nix for sharing, man. Bringing like I believe he brought like 30 additional viewers to the stream, man. I appreciate
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
So, Chris, I don't need nobody on my roster that their position on the depth chart doesn't say anything offensive or defensive. For the past 4 years, remember, Chris, I told you this yesterday. 4 years ago, CJ Goodwin's roster spot just said ST, special teams. I don't need that on my roster no more.
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna just give you how I feel about CJ Goodwin. Mm-hmm. CJ Goodwin's auntie worked at one of my spots that I used to deliver medical supplies to, right?
Okay.
It's just like, oh yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, CJ, yeah. And every year, you know, when I end up leaving that route, I was like, hey, you got to do more than just run down on these kicks. She's like, yeah, but you know, he's in the league. I said, yeah. Now that I no longer work there, CJ Goodwin can carry his ass and start running the medical supplies to his auntie because he is not helping me on Sunday. I can go at all. So I might as well go ahead and give that spot to Trayshawn Holden or Tolbert or somebody, because they can at least do something, or Josh Butler or somebody. I just need a guy who, when he runs off to the sideline, he's going over to a position coach to try to figure out if he's going to get in the game. And then he don't do that.
Well, Chris, you're absolutely right. My thing is he doesn't make enough impact plays to justify a special team position.
There you go.
And so why can't any cornerback that you have do the same thing that he does, but also give you the flexibility if somebody gets hurt, he can go out there and play cornerback for you. We don't have enough. Our team is not good enough.
There you go. There you go. Go ahead, Bird. Right.
This guy is. I've often wondered why they put like this glass ring or gold ring around him. Like he's untouchable. No, we should have been. We've been making roster spots decisions at the end, like this cornerback or this safety. No, CJ Goodwin. Let that safety that you're about to cut that can play a little bit. Yeah, take CJ Goodwin's position. He's not making a play. He doesn't on special teams. Not, and we're gonna get into that if we can. Special teams would suck this year too. But that guy is not special enough just to have a position for him. It's just not.
Yep.
Not at all.
Do that. He gotta go, man. He gotta go.
Yeah. I agree, man. I need somebody that's gonna help my team. That roster spot, and I'll come back to this in a second. That roster spot could have been used to somebody that could have helped my defense.
Yeah.
And then you got a player that only does special teams, and then your special teams was horrible this year.
Horrible.
Bad,
horrible.
Man.
What did your special teams ace? Because that's
his job. He's supposed to be that guy to be leading your team in tackles, making sure everybody getting the right. And he wasn't that guy, bro, at all.
How did he justify that roster spot this season?
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. You spot him. He didn't.
Yeah.
He's out of here.
Next, guys. The name that sure. Corey Ballantyne.
Who? Who?
A corner, man. A corner that didn't get no burn, dude.
Are we talking about the
What are we talking about? The draft prospect? We ain't. Hey, man. Yeah. Draft prospect. We talking about what? Who? Okay. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, Corey. Salute, man. Get your.
Look, I appreciate your time here. That's what I say. I appreciate your time here.
Yeah, he got a training camp or something like that. But
He doesn't stop me from doing anything.
Wait a minute, he plays corner.
Yeah,
and he couldn't break it our lineup.
Ain't that crazy? Isn't that
crazy? Okay.
Man, we had all kind of needs for corner, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one that I do think is going to be pretty interesting.
Was it Valentine or Valentine? Was it Bobby V? Okay. I thought it was Bobby V. I thought he was, walking down.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
slow down. Yeah, I thought that. Bobby V.
What are y'all gonna do about Hakeem Adeniji?
That deals with my offensive line situation. But Adeniji was so bad, bro. He doesn't, he's an absolute progress stopper because I want to keep Cornelius, the tackle that we got from Oregon.
Johnny Cornelius.
Yeah, Johnny Cornelius. I want to keep him. So I'm walking in next year with Guyton, Cornelius, Nate Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dennis G. I mean, I can find a dude. Wasn't that dude on the couch? Like, wasn't he on the couch playing Madden?
Yes. So here's the thing. He retired for a year.
Right. Yeah.
And then they decided to bring him back in a backup capacity.
Yeah. See, that's only a guy with the last name Jones that can't get fired would do some mess like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He because this dude is in the playing SEAL Team 6 in his house, and then we turn around. He's playing COD, and now we bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yep.
Nah, hell no. I'm gonna send him back there. I know his controls. He probably just got to do an update, get his controllers and fingers ready. He'll be ready to go. Hell no, he can't come back.
And he got hurt pretty early when he got in too, though, right?
Yes, but then he also had just had a horrible game early in the season.
Yeah,
like a downright horrible game. So I don't need Hakeem services. I think I'd feel comfortable probably like you said with a Johnny Cornelius or like TJ Bass is on this list coming down a little bit more. So I probably feel more comfortable with one of those guys. So last on the unrestricted free agents, Brock Hoffman. About Brock.
Yeah, you got to bring Brock Hoffman back. Yeah.
Brock is a consummate 7-game starter. He's a Hokie, so I'm always gonna love him. But I bring Brock back. because for depth. Yeah, he's my backup center. He's my utility swing guard, swing tackle.
He's an attitude guy, or
attitude guy. Yeah, he gonna play. Yeah, he gonna play to the whistle. But I bring Brock back.
Okay.
I do too.
Yeah, I agree because I feel like even semi-serviceable offensive linemen, they don't last too long on the street.
They valuable.
They're hard to find, man. They really are. Yeah.
And I think that if you needed Brock for like 2 or 3 games, I think you can get some burnout.
2 or 3 games, he's elite. He's Jeff Heath status. Game 4 and 5, you start seeing the warts on him.
Yeah.
6 or 7, you gotta get his ass up out of there. When that man getting off that medical card.
Absolutely.
That's where he at.
And the thing about it is, when you pay him, that's what you're paying him for, right? Like,
absolutely.
You're not paying him for. Somebody might get mad. Oh, he's falling off. But that's not really what you got him there for.
Yep.
Yeah.
So out of 17 guys, we had 4 in the possible. If y'all play spades, right?
Oh my God. Okay. I can't get set.
As far as guys, we on the board, right?
I'm on board.
We would consider bringing back Jadavion Clowney, Javonte Williams, George Pickens, Brock Hoffman, and I'm the only one that said that I wanted to bring back Jalen Tolbert. That's 4 in the shot. Shaheem, appreciate you for showing up, brother.
Hey, what's up, man?
So that really speaks to how bad all of your exiting talent is, especially this year compared to like the last 2.
Right.
You just getting warm bodies out there. You just getting warm bodies out of your locker room for the most part. Where if you compare that to the last 2 years, you were losing like some good talent. It's even backups, right?
Yeah.
B.Bird, we talked about this in the previous shows. Over the last 2 years, the Cowboys have been hemorrhaging talent at an alarming rate. On the top and on the bottom end. I don't think they can feel that way this year. What do y'all think?
What was the question again? I'm sorry. What was the question again?
I said that in the past few years, the Cowboys have just been losing talent, even just like relief guys, at an alarming rate. Do you think that they should feel like that this year with the guys that they're losing?
No, I think they're losing guys that we can afford to lose. The ones that we named that can go, we're not going to lose any sleep, or they're not going to be any kind of decision in wins and losses. We can get better guys in for the same price that we get those guys in. One of the things, man, that I would tell y'all is that this is what I think we do. The front office does wrong. They'll see a room, like a wide receiver room, and and say you got like ranked 1 through 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll get somebody to challenge the 5th guy. They'll get somebody to challenge the 5th guy instead of getting someone at the top and then moving everybody else down 1.
Right.
My analogy has always been whenever Golden State lost to Cleveland, when Cleveland came back on them in basketball, they came back on them. But the next year they went and got Kevin Durant. And essentially what they did is they got somebody on the top, and then they moved, if you really think about it, they moved Steph Curry to the number 2 guy. You know what I'm saying? Then moved Thompson to the number 3 guy. Yeah. And then Draymond to number 4. Well, now Draymond is one of your best number 4 guys in the league. Thompson's your best number 3 guy in the league, and Steph is your best number 2 guy in the league. And you're number 1 versus LeBron. So I always believe in going to the top, stacking talent down. Like, what can you do at the top and push people down instead of moving people at the bottom of your roster? These 53rd and 49th and 47 guys aren't really going to be. They're not going to make or break your roster. It's the top guys that do. I think Philadelphia does a really good job of getting those guys at the top and pushing people down. When they got AJ, they pushed Devontae basically to a number 2 wide receiver. That's cool, but it's better that way instead of getting somebody to be a number 2 with Devontae being number 1. That's the way they operate, man. That's the way you got to do it when you're going for a win. You're going to try to win the whole thing. You got to get top blue, top flight talent, man, blue chip talent, and go see. Look at our defense, man. How many blue chip talent? Take away defensive tackle. Where's the blue chip talent on that team?
Yeah,
we really have none, right? We don't have any blue chip
outside of your defensive tackles. None.
Yeah, and think about those 2 guys. We're really talking not even Osa. We're talking Clark and we're talking Williams. Think about this. Take those 2 guys away, because we didn't have those 2 guys in mind in the season. We had 1 guy. We had Michael Parsons, the only blue chip guy on there.
That's right.
The other guys, we just got kind of 6th-round draft picks here, former 1st-round draft picks there. These
and a rookie over there. Yeah, rookie over there trying to feel his way around. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, man. We gotta get some on defense, man. We gotta get blue chip guys in here, man. That's what we gotta get, man. So we gotta start on the top, bottom. How can we get better guys at defensive end and make everybody else, secondary or third when they were number 1? We do that. We think about this. The 2 rooms that, and I'm gonna say this, the 2 rooms that are our best rooms on the team are defensive tackle and wide receiver. Look what we did. At the start of the year, we had Osa. Yeah, when we got Clark, made it better, top down. Then when we got Williams, made it better, top down. Then when we got Pickens, went top and pushed everybody down.
Yeah.
That's how you got to do it, man. You can't stop with this, man, we got a guy at the 6th-round pick and all. That's too much, man. We can't be working with that.
Yeah, that's true. I give him that. That's it.
So that's an interesting way to look at it, right? It seemed like they had been loading rooms from the bottom up. And that does seem kind of backwards. That's an interesting thought process.
It costs money to do it from the top, right? It costs money and resources to do it from the top. But are you trying to win, or are you trying to get the most cost-effective roster? That's cool. This thing is about winning 1 championship. It's not being I'm in the top 10. No, it's about winning 1 championship.
Winning 1. Just getting that out the way. Yep.
Your philosophy can't be, hey, we're not going to sign Michael. We can get 4 guys for that. Yeah, you can get 4 guys, but if those 4 guys aren't impactful, then it doesn't make a difference, right?
Right.
And so you got to get impactful guys, and when you get those guys, you got to hold on to them, man. You can't just be like, man, I can't pay that guy $45 million. We got to now look at your sacks. I think we had the lowest defensive end pressures in the whole league, man.
In the league,
that really affected our whole team. So we got to start stacking these rooms. Like, we need to go get. Remember, I said, like, Mika Fitzpatrick. I would love to have him as a safety, right? But then you draft safety. Then get a corner and draft a corner. However way you do it, trade-wise, or you do it free agency, we got to get some blue chip guys in here, man. Some playmaking guys.
Yep, that raises the level of competition in the room and makes everybody else better. That you got to have it. Yep.
So, do you expect them to do that though? Like, you got to remember, we dealing with Jerry Jones here. You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell you my thought process is on that? Because
please.
This is what I do. I say how it's supposed to go. I'm not going to let the Joneses view my mentality on how things supposed to go.
Absolutely.
And that's just what it is. So my way is you got a window of that, and then you get as many players as you can in here in this window. That's just my thought process. That's what everybody should do. That's the Rams did. That's what Philadelphia doing. They're getting people in now. The Rams know that their quarterback is old, so we're getting people in right now to make this. Because when he leaves, we're probably going to fall off. But let me get the championship while I got him. I'm not going to change that philosophy. I'm not going to let Jerry and them change the way I look at things, right? Mm-hmm. They've conditioned the media to do things like that, and they conditioned some of our fans to be like, well, we can't afford it because Dak. I told you the other day, Dak's per year is only $5 million different than Hurts per year. Do you think our roster is only $5 million difference?
Not at all. Not at all.
So you can't say that contract is the reason why, because it's way more than $5 million. We have to, as fans and content creator and the media, keep pressure on the front office. Don't let them get away with stuff, man. I'm not going to change. They're not going to change my mentality of how things are supposed to go. And how things are supposed to go is like, okay, so Michael, so your name a franchise quarterback that's been drugged through the mud in negotiations.
Ray Dakota Prescott.
Yeah, I'm about to say, of course, Dak. They did it with Zeke. He
said quarterback. He said quarterback. Nobody else. No, nobody else does that.
In my mind, I heard that as Cowboy. So how do you perceive the way that they did it with Lamar when he became a free agent 2 years ago?
And I was going to say that was in my mind. Lamar, they kind of did Lamar like that too. Yeah. But let me say this: the reason why a GM can't do that because he's tied at the hip with the quarterback.
Exactly. So if he messes it up, that's his butt.
Let me go off here for a minute.
Sure.
You know what agents do? Agents are the agents for players do a couple of things. They know negotiations better than players do. So they are in there.
That's why you have them do it. Yep.
Another thing they do is they shield the players from the verbal negotiations.
Yeah.
Because the GM is saying some bad things about this cornerback.
Yep.
But the cornerback don't need to hear that. The agent can hear it because they do that. And so what it is now when the GM and the agent have hashed it out, the player still feels good about playing for this team.
Yeah. He ain't heard nothing. He ain't heard none of the negative that they done said about him in the background. Right. Yeah.
Now, what the GM does is shield the owner. But when the GM and the owner is the same person, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the thing about it with a franchise quarterback, like the one in Jacksonville and all, you have to treat those guys with kid gloves. But when Jerry negotiated with Dak, it wasn't kid gloves, man. Yeah. It was like he was negotiating with a cornerback or a running back. And you got to remember, these guys are humans. So after you talk bad and drug me through the mud and I signed a contract, you'd be like, hey, all that stuff I said about you in the media, turn all these fans against you.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all under the bridge.
Right.
No, it's not. It's still not under the bridge. Those dudes are still human beings.
They still human. Yeah, right. Yeah, Jerry has a penchant of slapping a man with a white glove. You know what I'm saying? Like you back in the print.
Like you challenge him to a duel?
Yeah, you're gonna challenge you to a duel to your manhood, and he gonna hit you with both sides, and then afterwards you're gonna be like, I'm just playing. And after that, no, man, you're slapping. And then when a man slaps you with a glove, it ain't, somebody gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's how it is. And that's been it. And because Rain has always been such a diplomat and such a high tier type of guy, he's been able to deal with it. But it ain't nothing like he never handled
like that. Everybody not at
all.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Dak don't necessarily like them Joneses.
No, he don't.
He keeps him at arm's length. He keeps him at arm's length. He's handled it very professionally. He doesn't get attached.
He ain't going on no yacht trips with him or no.
None of that.
Just business, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, I like what Pickens said. Asked Pickens about his contract, and old Pickens said, "Hey, I'm letting my
agent handle it." Absolutely right. That you gotta get all the family. You gotta get all the OE family. Get all that out there. Let's just deal with the numbers and go from there. You're right.
Absolutely. Yeah. So one thing I kind of wanted to touch on, B.Bird, you talked about how you look at things how you look at it, and you don't try to let the way that the Jones handles the off season skew your view. I think that it is important for all content creators to think like that, because I think that they were serious in trying to take 10 to 12 days to handle my situation.
I definitely agree.
Without question.
The content creators were very vocal about it. And, you know, my phone ain't gold, but it's like stainless steel or something like that. I know that Jerry Jones gets a social media report. I know that he gets sent clips, or one of his handlers shows him clips of the perception. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's important for people to maintain that thought and maintain pressure on the Joneses, because that is the only way that you can get them to change. And I think that their stubbornness is chipping away just this much, just enough to where they will listen to the public now more than they ever have.
I
one
think
thing too, man.
Go ahead, B. No, go ahead.
Let me say this, man. I want to give Jerry some credit, man. It's not going to be real good credit, but it'll be credit.
Sure.
Okay.
This guy's been at this thing since when he bought the team. So that was 35 years ago, right?
I'm not even 35 yet.
What he's done, man, is he's think about this. No other GM has been in this business this long. So what he does is he knows how to manipulate the media.
Mm-hmm.
He's real good at that. I mean, and think about Jerry Jones is he's one of those personality guys. I don't like if you meet the guy and you sit down and talk to him, you're gonna like to hang out with him. I mean, that's just what it is.
Yes.
But you got to watch those kind of guys, man. Even in life, you got to watch those personality guys, man, because sometimes those guys ain't made of nothing because they used to be able to talk through everything. And so you got to realize what you in. So Jerry understands that 10 or 12 days, man, all the uproar might calm down and this, that, and other. We might be able to bring Eberflus back. Also, too, within 10 and 12 days, maybe some of these hot defensive coordinators have gotten hired, and now after the 10 or 12 days come, now our charts are down to some people we don't like in Eberflus, and now the public will better digest the fact that we're bringing Eberflus back. But I think the outcry was loud enough to try to figure out. And then other teams are firing their head coaches, and you're taking time on the defense coordinator? Come on, man. We've given up somebody just posted up that marketing is what
marketing is what he does. Right. Absolutely. Spot on.
Marketing, man. That's what it is. And so, but I think what it was is the outcry was loud enough to where they said, nah, we got to let this thing go, man. Let me tell you, they had a thought in their mind to bring Eberflus back. And they were going to justify it by getting better players and doing this and doing
continuity.
That. Yeah.
They were going to hit they were going to hit you with the C word. They were going to hit you with they were going to hit you continuity. Yep, that's what it was.
He's good at marketing. He's good at making money. He's good at all those things. But here's the deal. Those things don't affect what we want, which is a Super Bowl. We want 6. And what he does on the field, somebody was talking to me in a live the other day we said, man, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame not for football on field stuff. He's in the Hall of Fame for what he's brought to the league.
What he did to the league.
He's in the Hall of Fame for the amount of money he brought the owners. That's what he's in there for. That's what he did.
What does that do for us? That does nothing for us.
Yep, that's what he did.
Let's see. We've been on here for an hour and a half. B.Bird, you got anything else to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man, I want to just remind people on my station, B.Bird Cowboys, man, me and my son are going to do a show. We're gonna tape it offline, then we're gonna put it on. So look for that 7 p.m. Central Time on B.Bird Cowboys and on Twitter on B.Bird. So y'all check that out. Give my son debut.
No doubt, man.
We're gonna do a review of the year.
Don't worry, I'll share it out for you.
No doubt, we'll definitely do that.
And so
we'll definitely do that.
It's different perspectives, man, because when he watched the game, man, he's way more passionate about losses. I guess, I've been normalizing them because I've been watching for so long.
Sure.
I look at him, and then I feel bad because I made him a Cowboy fan and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, oh, man. He look at me with a side.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, man. So he's going to come with a 21-year-old perspective, man.
Cool.
And I'm going to come with a guy that's been watching these teams since the 70s. And so we're going to see how that thing goes out. We're going to do a review on the year and just he's going to give you his perspective. I'll give you my perspective, man. So I think it's going to be a cool show. So y'all be looking for that on Thursday. We're going to debut it at 7 o'clock.
That's going to be some. That's going to be some Simba. That's going to be some Simba Mufasa type stuff. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be fire.
But anyway, I'll be sure to share as soon as it drops, man.
I appreciate it. But let me tell you, man. So I think we made a good. I think offensively. We still need to look at every position, man. Like, not the obvious ones. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, the guys that we got signed a long term. Everything should be on an evaluation after this year. I don't want to be like, offense is set. No, if we can do better there, let's go do better there.
Right.
Defensively, only thing that, we did a good thing getting rid of Eberflus, but we can't pin everything on him and then let him run out like a scapegoat and say, okay, we got all the bad stuff out. We got to look at these safeties. We're not making plays there. Our cornerback room, we can't revel. Everybody's talking about him. I'm not certain about him. We didn't talk about Overshown. I'm one of the only people that's not really sold on Overshown because of injury.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh no, you're not. Oh no, you're not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, you're not. Oh no, Mister. Oh no. Oh, you got. Hey, you got a friend over there. You got a friend right there. You know. Yeah.
Brandon, I was saying that at the start of the year, man. I said, hey, people.
B.Bird. Oh, B.Bird.
Man.
Oh, B.Bird. Brandon almost broke his hand on his back. Man. I got text messages like, "Hey, is this a make or break year for Overshown?" I'm like, "God dang, B, let him get to the field." I'm telling you. So yeah.
Everybody's up for evaluation, man. That's what I'm saying. Right. So, and like I said, draft one and sign one or trade for one and do whatever, man. But we got to get some starters on this team.
Gotta bring them in.
Definitely, man. One of the things we just rolling here. One of the things I noticed when we played Minnesota, I was so impressed with Brian Flores' defense, man. I couldn't tell what that was prior to them taking a snap, and I was like, it's got to be tough for Dak Prescott, and it was too. And you could just tell that Dak was trying to figure things out post snap, and I love that. And those guys do not have big name guys over there. So what I would love for him to come here, but he may get us a head coaching position. Yeah, but if not, man, we got to get somebody like that, man. Now, one thing when he comes in, he's probably going to be the highest paid coach on the staff because we ain't paying Shotty nothing. And so
we just letting him show up.
Mm-hmm. I think them going today was a great day for us that they moved on and showed a little bit of urgency. Yeah. Our front office has not moved with urgency in 30 years, man. We've taken our time, and you move with lack of urgency when your job is not in jeopardy. So right. They're doing some things a little bit different, man. Hopefully they continue to do things differently and just kind of be like a normal front office, man, and we can kind of make some moves.
No doubt. Right. That's it.
Chris, land a plane for us, brother.
Listen, man, this is what we do, man. And this is the time of season where we've got until April to the draft. So what we're basically going to do, man, on a regular basis, man, we're going to reach out to a lot of our friends inside this area. You know, we're not a big, we don't have a lot of subscribers, but we're working on that. But we do have a cachet inside the Cowboy community, Cowboy content creator community, and we can be able to talk to anybody. So we're going to continue to bring people in, get their perspective on certain stuff, man. But we appreciate everybody coming in. There's 4 things we like for you to do. We want you to like, we want you to share, and it don't cost you nothing to subscribe. It don't even cost putting nothing out of your pocket to subscribe. Drop a comment in there, man, and continue to rock with us, man. Continue to grow with us, man, and we're going to continue to try to put this dope content out there for you. B.Bird, man, thank you so much, man, for coming and rocking with us, bro. So we definitely got it. We definitely got to do it again, man, and we'll be definitely looking out for Mufasa and Simba breaking down the Cowboys on Thursday. That's going to be definitely something we want to be able to look at, man. And listen, man, we will always be those dudes, man, at the corner. We'll be those dudes at the car out there with the little flag with the football team on the medium, trying to get a couple dollars so you can help our football team so we can get to Florida. I don't know where them kids is going to Florida, but they going to Florida, man. But that's who we're been, man. And we will together always be Fankly Football, man. So until next time,
peace.